welcome to our WWE Evolve and Smackdown review recap. You know, basically telling you what happened, giving our 2 cents on the matter. If you don't care about our 2 cents, then go somewhere else, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to start with Evolve.
If you don't care about our 2 cents, why are you here?
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to start off with Evolve from Wednesday night in same place it always is, Performance Center in Winter Park, Florida. And we have the Vanity Project come out to start the show off. Excuse me. Ricky Smokes grabs a mic and says, hey, the Vanity Project, we're not the type to say that we told you so, but we told you so.
That annoys the hell out of me when people do that. I'm going to flat out just say that now. I don't want to say I told you so, and in the back of your mind, like, and it's like,
yep, exactly.
I don't want to say I told you so, but
I told you so.
I already told you so.
Anyway.
So, yeah.
From the day the Vanity Project first came together, we said that we were going to run Evolve, that we were going to control Evolve. And now take a look around. That's exactly what's happening.
And then Brad Baylor jumps in. Hondo Smokes. Hey, look at everyone. Look at yourselves right now. We are Heat Wave main eventers. We're Halloween Havoc main eventers. And Smokes, I don't think they're ready for this. Zeta, you think they're ready for this? Big man Jackson, right? They're not ready. We were stand and deliver main eventers.
I don't know about that one. Don't get me wrong. As much as I hate to admit it, Vanity Project is good. You're not stand and deliver good yet. And I say yet because
here's the thing, though. I'm going to say this. And I know we've said it 100 times. And we'll probably say it 100 more until next year. I don't know if they're stand and deliver main eventers. Because stand and deliver,
but they could have been WrestleMania main eventers. They probably would have put on a better show than the anyway. Moving on, Zeta Steel says, "I'm gonna need all of you guys to stop drooling, pick your jaws up, and open yours because this is a new men's Evolve champion." Then Jackson Drake gets on and says, Buddy Rogers was the first WWE champion. Finn Balor was the first Universal champion. Seth Rollins was the first NXT and World champion. And now I add my name to that list. Jackson Drake is the first ever WWE Evolve Men's Champion. And guess what? You can boo all you want to, but you can't swipe left on the history books. This is just the first step with draping the Vanity Project in gold.
And then Brad Baylor jumps back in. He's like, yeah. So here's the deal. We have the best men in Evolve right here. We have the best women in Evolve right here. We have the best tag team in the world. Swipe right here. And the thing is, when you perform like as good as we do, better than the whole Evolve roster, when you look as good as we do, it's honestly like, it's not even really bragging. It's not even being like totally extra. It's actually a name for it. Jackson, tell them.
The Vanity Project. And see, I was following along until that last little bit. And then I was like, what? None of that made sense. But then again, they are the Vanity Project. I don't think. I think they make their own bullshit, make head in their sense, and then spit it out like hot garbage. Anyway. Then we get a Lince Dorado promo. It says, Vanity Project. You young cats just don't know when to shut the big old hole in your face. It's okay. Evolve's favorite luchador, Lince Dorado, is going to be the one to shut it for all of us here at Evolve. You see, I'm a smart cat. I understand that there's only one of me, and even though I have 9 lives, I know it's not enough to take all 3 of you down. So, it got me thinking, I'm going to need 2 of my best friends. two Hermanas, two amigos to help me handle the situation called Vanity Project.
And here's all I'm going to say. I already know. Let me double check this.
Really? Cecil? Hang on, we have a little rugrat down here. What to be?
Lucha House Party.
Oh, right there. Yeah.
Yeah, Kalisto and Grand Metalik. That's who it's going to be. And I'm going to say they're going to bring back Lucha House Party. Lucha! Lucha! Lucha!
I remember that vaguely.
Yep. Let's hope.
So that's what I've seen. But anyway, then we get the Wesley promo.
Good boy.
AKA talking shit.
See, look, all last week I have been hearing that Cappuccino Jones is the most exciting WWID talent that we have around here. See, he's a great high flyer, has a true hunger to be great in the game. Actually, I heard them saying that he was going to be the next Wesley. Oh, hell no. I'm shutting all that noise down tonight. See, Cap, you and everyone else is about to see that the original is always better than the sequel. And that, in that respect, he's kind of right. But that's besides the point.
Something I want to get to later, and we might wind up doing this. We might do one on Wednesday this week, just because Danger's planning on coming over Thursday, and I want to do the Google Feud thing. I think it'd be kind of fun. We haven't done a game in a couple weeks, and it's not that we don't want to.
Come on.
She hasn't been over here. She's been dealing with some stuff, and we kind of...
Yeah, we don't really have anything new.
And so what we're wanting to do is going to do Google Feud, but I'm going to bring this up now and bring it up later. But we, what was it, Coffeeville? Cappuccino Jones is from Coffeeville,
Kansas, I think?
Yeah.
Coffeeville, Kansas.
So we have decided we're just going to do, like,
random towns.
A stream of the weirdest names for towns and where they're at. So I think it'd just be kind of fun to...
Yeah, some of their history and stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Kind of look it up. And, like, we were looking up Coffeeville as a real one. But I know there's Hell, Michigan. I definitely want to bring that one up.
Yeah.
But yeah. So if you watch,
what was that one you were talking about? Hope you bite or hope you lick.
Yeah. Hope you lick or something. It's in the one I looked up, the website. So it's on the website. I'll have to pull that one up. But yeah, I just want to bring that up because he talked about Cappuccino Jones and he's from Coffeeville, Kansas, and I was like, is that even really a place?
And it is.
And it really is. So just a little bit of insight there.
But on to our first match tonight. We have Zeta Steele and Nikita Lyons versus Mason Holiday and Layla Diggs. Layla Diggs. And, you was right. Nikita's a little bad. Well, actually, she's not little, but she a badass.
She is. Like, and they're giving her, I mean, they're not pushing her as hard as they did, like, in WoW.
Yeah.
But you can see that she knows her shit.
Yeah, absolutely. She's like one of the top women in Evolve right now.
We're doing, Brad.
And she's supposed to be on NXT, and I think they kind of put her in Evolve to kind of push them up a little bit.
Yeah, elevate them a bit. Yeah, I get you.
And she's not doing really anything in NXT right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think dropping her down there to kind of help them develop.
Yeah, help them develop, keep her relevant type thing. Yeah,
but,
I get you.
Like I said, Nikita, I mean, that video I played for you, she was kicking above her head.
Oh, yeah.
And she's...
Oh, yeah, she a badass.
And like I said, healer face, I still love Nikita Lyons. I mean, and she was giving them the shit.
Oh, yeah. But, this was, once again, all these matches on Evolve are solid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say they're the best we've ever seen or anything like that,
And
but they're all soft.
This is the thing I've learned, and I want to bring this up, and I know it might be a little weird spot to do this. But I think I paid more attention to Evolve than I did SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I paid attention, like I knew what was going on. I knew who with the flow of the matches. I knew who was hitting who and what.
Yep.
But it was one of those
Snooze fest.
Just going through the motions.
Yeah.
Might as well just went to sleep and been done with it.
And again, we have 3 hours and had, 4 matches?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We get that in an hour and Evolve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we still get little bits of promo. So it's just good anyway. Like we said, I mean...
It's crazy.
Zeta Steel and Lila Diggs were starting it off. And, I mean, they were doing good. They were, like, switching back. They were taking each other's...
Yeah, they were being a pretty decent tag
But they
team.
finally wind up getting Zeta Steel and Nikita wind up almost getting Layla Diggs like alone.
Yeah, basically, and I believe
they just start beating the shit out of her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it took them a while to kind of get her back over to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but they end up winning because
Steel and
Lyons delivers a roundhouse kick behind the referee's back, and then Steele uses the middle rope for leverage to pick up the victory because, she's part of the Vanity Project and she's a little bitch.
And then this was weird.
Yeah, we get a Troy Yearwood promo, and he says, "My name is Troy Yearwood from Chesapeake, Virginia, and I am the best athlete you will ever see. For fun, I like to lift weights, read books, write some poems, and some songs for the ladies on occasion." And then
do this little like he goes. So can you write a poem right now?
Yeah, you have any? Yeah, and he says, "Roses are red and violets are blue. After I take over Evolve, I'm coming for NXT too. By the numbers, I am the most explosive athlete that has ever walked into the Performance Center. My favorite lift of all time is picking up whoever I'm in the ring with and dropping them on their back. When I come off the ropes running and I put 250 pounds of pure steel in my opponents, they have no choice but to stay down. The fans can expect to say ooh and ah, because I promise you, you have never seen anything like me. This is a new chapter in my career, and that means I'm going to evolve in every way. Say goodbye to Troy Yearwood, and say hello to Jamar Hampton." And that just...
See, here's why I thought it was weird. Because nowhere have... I mean, I guess they just did it with Truth. But we'll get to that later, because they're still using R-Truth as...
His name,
but he's Ron Killings to himself.
Yeah. So I don't know.
It's weird, but here's why I think this was like really weird and off to me. Because if you want to come out there as Troy Yearwood, fine, come out there as Troy Yearwood. If you want to come out there as Jamar Hampton, come out there as Jamar Hampton. I've never seen him actually do a promo for it.
Yeah, it was a little strange, but
I mean, it was just off. So I was like, because he got through all of it, and I was like, yep, okay. I mean, we watched him on LOG.
Yeah,
I legit understand. I mean, I think Evolve is the place he needs to be.
Yeah.
I don't think he's quite ready for NXT. Just watch him on LOG. But
oh, by the way, I have a new name now.
Yeah, I
mean, to be fair, I guess.
And the thing is, when what was it? The girl that.
Oh, fuck.
Leland Lee. No.
Lee. No, that's from TNA. Oh, fuck. Oh, damn. I can see her face.
So can I. But they changed her name to Tal Jen or something.
Yeah.
But they did that day.
Yeah.
it wasn't her coming out and saying, I am evolving, I am changing. And that's why this seemed weird. Like, they signed him as Troy Yearwood.
And then just, actually, it's Jamar Hampton now.
Yeah, it just felt weird to me.
Yeah. But it is what it is. That's his new name. Then Kelly Armstrong runs into Natalia in the backstage area. She says that she didn't need Natalia's help last week. Natalia disagrees.
She's like, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
that was how she said it, too. It was like,
Yeah,
you did.
You know, you might be the first ever Evolved Woman champion. She doesn't need help from nobody. Natalia says the first lesson that you need to take as champ is that you need to learn to swallow your pride a little bit. Next week, Callie and Natalia will be having a match with Zeta Steel and Nikita Lyons. And she's like, I hope you're ready, champ.
But here's the thing. I know you said agree, and I'm not trying to be devil's advocate here. By no stretch, I don't want you to take it that way. But Kelly Armstrong, I like that she is like, I don't need help. I am who I am.
Okay, yes, you are right.
I think that's great for her character.
Yes. However, there's a difference between like, oh, I'm going to go out and do this on my own because I'm that good or whatever, and, oh, no, I'm going to go into a 2v1 match. Yes, you know, Stephanie Bakir would do that.
I was going to say, wait a minute, hold on,
but at the same time, if you have somebody offering to help you and make it a tag team match, take the fucking help. There's no reason not to. You're just being stupid.
But here's the weird part for me with this. Is Natalia, she's, okay, I know you don't pay attention to it because I read X and Facebook and I'm kind of YouTube and getting all the reports of what's going in the whole picture of wrestling from AEW to the independent wrestling, all that. Natalia in WWE is considered a face.
Mm-hmm.
But outside, she's a heel. Like when she wrestles in like other events, she is a heel. So I don't understand if they're going to use this to flip Natalia in WWE
or flip Callie.
I don't want them to.
I agree.
And the reason I say I don't want them to flip Kelly Armstrong is maybe she'd do good as a face. Maybe. But I like how she is.
Oh, I absolutely agree. It was the same thing with Tiffany Stratton. You know, she came out there. I'm champion because I'm just that damn good, and you're all living in my world, basically.
And then they kind of started backing away from that. And Tiffany is still great. She's a great wrestler. But she's lost a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I think
that's what bothers me, and I don't want that to happen to Kelly Armstrong.
I agree
because I like that Kelly is like, I am this good. I don't need anything. I just need to do what I do and what I know how to do, and be who I am.
Yeah,
because she's gone in there and I know it's going to sound weird. I mean it this way, but I don't mean it this way. She could easily be the next Stephanie.
Oh yeah, I agree.
If they push her right, she could be the one coming up that everyone's like, whoa.
Yeah, I agree. She has all of the athletic ability in the world to be exactly what you just said. It's just a matter of how they're gonna do
they don't need to push her and make her into this cutesy face. I just don't think it's her character.
Absolutely not.
I think she does good as, you know what, you can all cheer, you can all boo, because I know who I am and I am that good type attitude.
I agree. But then we move on to the second match, Jamar Hampton versus It's Doll.
Troy Yearwood.
Yeah.
And I did not know that It's Doll was originally, who was he? They said who he was.
I have no idea.
Before in WWE, and I didn't know, and I was trying to think of like his face, and I wound up having to look it up. Who was It's Doll before It's Doll? Maybe that's how I need to word it. Oh, you're using that.
Gal Barque, no.
No, okay, that's what I need to look up. Barkling?
Yeah.
See what I can come up with, please. Well, I'm trying. They said. It's not. So, Alter ego. Let's go. Let's go. No, that is just. It's no. It's the other ring is blue.
I have no idea.
They said it yesterday, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember him." And then I looked it up. Um,
Gal Barque, Payline.
those those are the ones he's used as like currently.
I have no idea.
Anyway, I don't know. They said it, and I didn't write it down. Um, but Knight Rider, were you paying attention to what we said?
Kind of, sort of.
I want your opinion. Callie Armstrong, the next Stephanie.
Next Stephanie, maybe, but it'd take her a minute.
Well, I'm not saying she's like there now, but if they push her right,
Oh yeah.
She'll be there.
and when she gets to NXT, if they push her right,
She would be another Stephanie back
she's
here.
gonna be one of those that you're just gonna cheer for regardless.
Yeah.
Like I don't think if Stephanie turned heel, I would turn against her.
Exactly.
Like
No.
I really don't.
But
But anyway, then
like I
we
said,
get to-
Jamar Hampton versus It's Gall, and this was. It was a good match, but it was also
like a
piss-
flex, yeah, a flex
It was a
contest.
piss-
yeah. It was
I mean, they were basically trying to outmatch each other
yeah, and
because
like,
Gull is like flashing his muscles and doing little poses, and then
yeah,
Troy would
and trying
pin
to,
him, or not pin him, but hit him with something. He'd go down, and then Jamar Hampton, sorry, then he would start doing this. It's like, come on.
and then It's Gall tried to do like the chokehold push up pin.
Yeah, and then he did one. It was just like,
Eh,
come on.
It was a little
Showy?
yeah.
Is that the word I want to use? It was a
Sure.
show.
We'll do that.
It was a show.
We'll go
I'm
down
not
that
saying
road.
it was good. I'm not saying it was bad. But it was
And
It was a show. They literally were just
They were,
kissing.
yeah, they were literally just flexing at each other basically the whole time. And it wasn't bad. It was just weird.
Yeah, they spent more time trying to pose and show each other up
Yeah,
than actual wrestling.
yeah. Which I mean, I guess that's that was like their whole little feud, but it is what it is. But Hampton pulls up the win with a jackhammer. So I don't think Excalibur has had a single victory since
Nope.
he got here.
He has not won at all.
But then True Martinez has a backstage interview with Marcus Mathers. Ever since Evolve was announced, Marcus wanted to be a part of it right away. People have called him a chameleon. He can adapt to any style. Marcus has been fighting bigger guys his entire life. He keeps fighting. He does not give up. WWE ID is step one for him. He made sure to do everything in his power to get as many matches as possible, as many training sessions as possible, because that's how bad he wants this. Pro wrestling is all he's ever known. Marcus has a dream of main eventing WrestleMania. Like, literally everyone who comes into this business, but okay, I guess.
exactly.
Then we have the Jordan.
Jordan Oasis was I genuinely I liked it. His little vignette about going around,
Yeah, and this is the thing. Like I said, they can do so much with him because he basically comes on there and he's a drifter.
Yeah, like
he does. He's like, yeah. All these other wrestlers have the big fancy buses.
Yeah,
I take a bus everywhere I go.
The Greyhound.
Mine's Greyhound.
Yeah, and he's like,
have you ever had to go and because you didn't have the money buy the cheapest thing on the menu just so you could go to the bathroom?
And
have you ever
clean up? Yeah,
have you ever snuck into a gym behind someone
just to take a shower?
Just to take a shower.
All these other wrestlers are talking about sharing a hotel room. I don't even remember the last time I had one. I have everything I need with me in this backpack.
And like I said, I think it would be great to have him evolve that character.
Yeah.
And not in a bad way to where he gets super rich and all goes to his brain where he just doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Like I think what would be really cool to make him more of a heel, and I just thought about this, and what is his name? Have him be like that guy he does all the Facebook and YouTube videos that Tanya used to watch. Darman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have him be like Darman to where he's just seeing the homeless guy on the street. And it can all be an act. I mean, that's fine. It can be staged, 100%. But I think it would really, elevate him to where he still goes in and buys the cheapest meal, but yet he gives $100 to this guy. He gives, goes and sees a kid on the street type thing who is crying because they want new clothes or whatever, and he hands them money to go buy new clothes. It could be a whole thing of he don't want it, so he gives it to people.
Exactly.
I think that would be a really great,
evolution of his character,
flip the script. I don't want the money. I'm in it for wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The money is
secondary. And then we get our third match, and this was I'll be honest, this was a great fucking match.
It was. We only got 3 this week. But still, the point is, I think we had 4 matches total in 3 hours.
But we have Wesley with the high rise versus Cappuccino Jones with Jack Cartwheel. And like I said, this was a phenomenal match. Cappuccino Jones.
He was giving it everything.
Yeah, he was.
I'll be honest.
There was times I thought he had
Jones.
He did.
Had it.
No, not a matter of, I thought, no, he had it.
Yeah.
Until fucking the high rise gets involved. And then Jack Cartwheel comes in, takes them out. They all get kicked out of the arena. And then you saw it. The sign of desperation. Wesley tries to get the pinfall by putting his feet up on the ropes.
And he wasn't even hiding it.
No. I liked the...
It was and I know it was a second rope, but it wasn't even it was right in front of the ref.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't even trying to hide it.
I mean...
It was really? And Stevie Wonder saw that.
If he don't win fair, he don't win at all. Or if he can't win unfair, he don't win at all.
Yeah.
He tries to cheat to win.
But like I said, all the respect in the world to Cappuccino Jones because he put that man through the ringer. He was this close, and if it wasn't for High Rise, he would have gotten it.
But again, like we said, don't worry about them outside the ring. I don't care if they're up on the apron screaming at you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Turn the fuck around.
Focus what's
Let
on
the referee deal with
focus
them.
what's in the ring.
You
Don't
deal
worry
with
about
what's in
what's
the
on
ring.
the outside,
Exactly.
motherfucker.
Guess what? If they get in, when they get in the ring, then you can worry about it.
Exactly.
As long as they're up on the apron,
That ain't no threat.
and then get back to whooping Wesley's ass.
That's gonna be Tafari's thing. He's gonna be like, you know what? Screw you. In matter of fact, thinking of that, I did not catch this. I think the camera panned differently,
Mm-hmm.
but there was another camera that I guess picked it up. Either that or we just didn't catch it.
Mm-hmm.
But and I got the video of it, and I didn't show you guys, but it don't have to have sound, so we already kind of know.
Yeah.
But when Piper and Nia threw Jade over the table, they went like this. Nia did.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just that moment of really?
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Speaking of, let's go to SmackDown in Rupp Arena, Lexington, Kentucky, and
oh, we had
entitled.
We had 2 of these this week. Oh my god, it was so bad.
Oh, well, you'll probably have another one next week.
We will.
It was so bad.
Because John Cena's just so entitled.
But this was so bad.
John Cena comes out. I'm not even going to... I know we go over this word for word. He comes out there. He says, wrestling around Rushmore. John Cena, John Cena, John Cena, John Cena. Then he goes on about how he's a fucking genius. You know, he had this 25-year master plan.
And we all fell for it.
He played Cody Rhodes like a fiddle. You know, he used Randy Orton's hometown advantage against him. He lured CM Punk. And you know what? I will give him some credit. I think this might have been his best promo yet.
No, I think his best one was later. Oh wait, no, it was CM Punk's.
I think out of every promo he's given, this was probably his best. Because this actually had substance. It wasn't just, oh, you suck. It was basically, oh, I'm awesome.
Here's the line that really pissed me off. And this was him just being the prick that he is lately. I put R-Truth in the main event. So all you would care, and you took the bait.
Yep, exactly.
Really? People have cared about R-Truth long before they cared. I shouldn't say they cared about Truth before John Cena, but they've always cared about Truth.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear anybody saying R-Truth sucks. On a regular basis, R-Truth is the comedian backstage. But anyway, y'all wasted your time trying to save Truth.
Yeah, I win matches before they even start, and in 25 years I've crunched every number, solved every puzzle, cracked every code. And thank God I don't need your appreciation because you won't realize how good I am until 3 years after I'm gone. This is the greatest moment of your life, and to me, you're simply just a mathematic equation. And the math says there will be no one ever worthy enough to earn the right to hold this again.
And then he gets CM Punk.
What? No, then Cody Rhodes comes out.
Does Cody Rhodes come up before Punk?
Punk doesn't come out until the
No. When he's talking about Punk. He says Punk is rebelliousness, nature, sophisticated, hypocrite, entitled.
Yeah.
Basically himself. I think he was looking in the mirror with all that.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about Money in the Bank Seth Rollins. He'll never cash in on me holding this. He wants me to leave with this because when he cashes in, he's your only champion.
I thought Logan Paul was supposed to be the champion when he left. I thought that was like the vision.
And shut up.
Trust me, I don't want it, but I thought that was. And here's the thing: Logan got hurt that night.
Thank God.
He hurt his ribs when he had the drone in his hand, and he hurt his ribs somehow, and they don't know when he's gonna.
Never. Never. End his contract. In fact, put him out of his misery. He's probably in a lot of pain. Just put him out of his misery. It's not worth the effort. Anyway. Then Cody Rhodes comes out and he says, "Oh man, what did you just say? That you're 1,000 steps ahead, that you're so smart. You're not just smart, he's a genius." I mean, but here you are with this 25-year master plan, and there's this parallel you didn't account for. You didn't plan for me, right? Why didn't you include the simple fact that this past Saturday you were looking up at the lights and I pinned you? And then Randy Orton comes out. We didn't have enough fucking repeat bullshit.
Exactly.
Comes out and says, "He's having an issue over here."
I'm so fucking tired. Repeat. I know. I forget. I can't slam because things don't work after that. But just repeat after repeat after repeat after repeat after repeat after repeat. Give us something new for the love of fucking God. I don't even care if this fucking throw Dominic Mysterio in there against him. Throw fucking, I don't know, Rusev, Sheamus.
By the end of it all, I think Truth is taking the title. I really want that. And I don't know if WWE got the master plan of it, but I think Truth needs to be the one because, one, Truth has never had it.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be nice to have Truth take it from his childhood hero and walk away with it on December 13th, whatever, and be the one. Even if he loses a week later, I don't care.
Exactly.
He could lose it the next day.
Seth Rollins cashes in on him the same night.
I don't care. I just want to see Truth beating for the title. But anyway, Randy Orton's out there and he's like, anybody and everybody that had a pulse saw you and I fight in St. Louis at Backlash. Saw that I had you beaten in this ring. Had you down and out. Had you dead to rights. I was about to remove your head from your shoulders until somebody decided to come and save the day. And then that just turns into him ranting about how
I'll have to do whatever it takes. If it means going through King of the Ring, I don't care who does I have to go through. Cody, I love you like a brother. But if I have to put your ass down to get that Punk, I will not hesitate. And then LA Knight comes out, because why the fuck not? It's everybody's shit show now, I guess. Let me talk to you. You know, all week long I've heard the whole damn world say, we want LA Knight. So, I know what y'all want, and I know for damn sure what none of y'all want, and that's for me walking down here. So, why don't we take a walk? Because I understand what this is. Defiantly, as I walk out here, I'm looking at the WWE establishment, and I know that. I'm the sore thumb standing out here, and I like it that way. Yeah. But you gotta understand, just fuck it. Oh, you didn't account for me in your master plan either. It's just King of the Ring right around the corner. What that means is I get a shot at you, Cody. I get a shot at you, Randy. I got a shot at you, Cena. All on the way to taking what's mine. So if that means that unbreakable as I walk in there, I gotta drop a Viper, I gotta drop a Nightmare, and I have to drop a Genius, balding bitch John Cena. I will be the champion with everybody saying, LA Knight. I'm so fucking tired of it.
And then the greatest part of it all.
This was the most entertaining part of this entire thing, because this was all just a fucking shit show. Yep. 20 minutes. 20 fucking minutes.
Yep.
And then Ron Killing shows up, a.k.a. R-Truth.
Yeah.
Shows up and attacks John Cena.
Yeah, as he's walking, because he's like, fuck this. He gets out of the ring. He starts walking back. And Ron Killens comes up and jumps his ass like he owes him money.
Like he owes him money. And they're security's pulling him off, pulling John Cena off, and it's like...
It was beautiful.
And then, this, we did not... I didn't see it. They said it was after the commercial break.
Yeah, we didn't see this. I don't remember it anyway.
I don't remember it. Like, when I saw it on X, I was like, did this happen during the commercial? Because we didn't even get... There wasn't even verbal to it. But everybody's talking about how John Cena went thug. Because there's a moment he turns his head around and gets in. So that he was bringing out the thugonomics, which I don't think we're going to get it.
No,
I don't either.
But then finally, like 35 minutes in, we get our first match. And I just dropped my leg.
Which actually was good until it wasn't.
It was Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes versus LA Knight versus Aleister Black in the first round match in the 2025 King of the Ring tournament. And like we said, this was actually a pretty good match. You know, everybody's getting their moves off. Everybody's doing what they do best. You know, Carmelo hiding away like a little bitch. Aleister, Randy going in there, throwing the hands. LA Knight going in there, you know, being the megastar he is. And then, where is it? Right, that's right. Knight is preparing the megastar elbow against Hayes when Bronson Reed drives him shoulder first into the top rope. And then Braun Breaker spears him. Hayes goes for the frog splash on Knight, but Orton counters with the RKO to pick up the victory. So Randy...
Like I said, this is great until it wasn't. Because we can't get...
We can't get even a single week without... Also, why? Why? Jay, why? This I don't understand. Why? He lost. It's not like he cost Seth Rollins the money. Seth Rollins still has Money in the Bank. I don't get what their vendetta is against LA Knight. Genuinely. It just doesn't make sense to me.
No. Exactly.
And this was actually pretty good. Like for a promo, it was actually probably the better promo of the night.
Absolutely. Jacob Fatu comes out to the ring, says, Lexington, Kentucky, let's keep it 100. Just because they're family don't mean you can go behind their back and try to snake them. Just because we both come from the same bloodline don't mean that you can take all the credit for your hard work. So, if Solo says I wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for him, Solo says Jacob Fatu would be nothing if it wasn't for him. This is exactly why I had to remind Solo at Money in the Bank what happens when you don't get in where you fit in. So, I guess it's just me against the world now, baby, because Jacob Fatu is all gas and no brakes with it. You know what I mean? Fatu.
And then Solo appears on the Titantron. JC Mateo's behind him.
Yeah.
And Solo's like, that's right. Tim, that's right.
Tell them how you feel.
Yeah, that's right. Tell them how you feel, Jacob. Tell them how you feel. You're done getting everything off. Are you done getting everything off your chest? At Money in the Bank, you could have made the biggest mistake of your life. And I could have forgiven you for that. I can. See, 1 year ago, when I came to Sacramento to see you, you was doing nothing. You were nothing. Nobody wanted you around until I brought you here. I brought you here, Jacob. I made you into a superstar. I put money in your pocket. I put you in a position for success. I made you champion. It's all because of me. Next week, I'll be in the middle of that ring with open arms, willing to take you back, Jacob. But there's something I need from you. I need to hear 4 words from you, Jacob. I love you, Solo. Remember, always remember, I brought you into this world and I will take you out. Yeah, know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'm
That's-
not doing it that way.
that's how I just realized there's actually like a spelling for it. Yada I mean, something like that. I'm not that cool, but you get the point.
And this was so great. This was absolutely beautiful.
This was a train wreck, and I loved every second of it.
Like I said, I love Chelsea Green. And it's not that I think she's a good wrestler. I absolutely love this character that is so broken.
Chelsea Green,
Alpha Fire and
Piper Niven's come
walk
up.
into Nick's office, and they're like, "We need to talk to you about the match tonight." He goes, "Yeah, Chelsea's in a match tonight." Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like,
She's talking to him on FaceTime, and she wants the Queen of the Ring match to be postponed till next week because she couldn't make it to Lexington,
and she's
Kentucky.
in a pool drinking a drink.
Yeah, drinking like a martini. She's literally like in a hot tub, in a bathing suit, drinking a fucking martini. Like, oh, I couldn't make it to Lexington. I had travel issues, blah, 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 blah. And Nick says that he's not canceling anything. As a matter of fact, it looks like Alba Fire is ready to compete. Alba will be taking Chelsea's place. And then Zelina Vega walks in the office, and Chelsea's he set the phone.
Also, too, she goes, "I don't approve of this, Nick. I do not authorize this." And Nick's like, "Good thing, because you can't authorize anything. I can, and it's on."
Yeah. And then Zelina walks in, and Chelsea's still bickering. So Zelina picks up the fucking phone, mutes it,
And
sets it back down, and she's like, "I want Julia right now." Nick tells Zelina that she's not here. She knows that Zelina wants to get her hands on her after what happened last week. And Zelina says that she's been snatched harder by better women in the past. One little sneak attack is not going to keep Zelina Vega down, but she's the Women's United States champion. She tells Nick that she's going to confront Julia next week because she doesn't need to pretend or hide from anybody. Fair Fox.
Yeah.
I still think you're going to lose your title.
But I know a story. But I don't know why they did this. But Julia was there because she had a match to watch at the main event next week.
Because she went home after that or something.
I guess. Oh, but like I said,
actually, that is an interesting question. I'm sure it varies from superstar to superstar, whatever you're doing. But I'm curious, like, do they usually stay until the end of the show? Do they leave right after the match? Like I said, it probably varies from superstar to superstar.
it's probably all a matter of what.
Yeah.
Or what they need. Where they need to be, or what they
whether they're going to a show next week, whether they're going home for a week or two, whatever they're doing. So.
But then we get to the second match: Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, Piper Niven,
and Michin. And why was I mean this with no disrespect? Why the fuck was Michin even in this match? She wasn't. She literally she might as well not have been in the fucking match.
I think she might have got a few good moves in there, but it was. Here's the thing: this is what we were talking about earlier. Nia Jax and Piper Niven teamed up, and they just started beating the shit out of Jade.
Yeah, it was basically a 2v1 the entire time. Because, like I said, Michin might as well not have might as well have not even been in the fucking match. Like I remember seeing her do like 2 things, and that's it. She hit the what is it? Like when you go up, you run, put your legs on their neck and like spin and flip them around. She did that to Nia Jax.
And that looked off anyway.
That looked not great. And I don't think that was a Michin problem. I feel like it was a Nia, like not sound. I don't know. It didn't look good. And then there was when she jumped off the top rope and took out all 3 of them on the outside, which, what the fuck was that? One of them alone should have been able to catch her out of midair.
Considering you got Piper Niven and Nia Jax who have caught.
And Jade, they're all like the powerhouses of the women's division. Any one of them should have been able to catch her out of midair. You're telling me she took down all 3 of them? She weighs like half of what one of them does.
Well, maybe not Jade, but
you get the point. But still, it.
But like I said, it pretty much became a
Piper and Nia versus Jade the entire
and then, like I said, They threw her into the ring. And this is a funny thing. Wade Barrett got creamed.
Oh yeah, so they both grab Jade, not Jade.
Yeah, Jade.
Yes.
Piper and
Nia grab Jade, and they fucking toss her over that announce table, and she takes out Wade Barrett in the process. He gets fucking blasted, and then and just for added effect, they flip over like the top panel thing of the announce desk.
I do have a picture. They supposedly flipped them off.
Yeah, or at least Nia does.
Nia does.
She goes like this. So then it goes down to Nia versus Piper for a little bit. They're in the ring squabbling.
Yeah, because I think Michin was back in for that,
I think so.
Because she goes to pin her.
Oh, right. Piper goes to pin her, and Nia's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, and that's when that shattered into 1,000 pieces. There was no more lines.
Of course.
But then they start going at it.
At that point.
But eventually, Jade gets back. What? Oh, no.
And what did Wade Barrett say? He said something.
He said,
when he got back up.
Yeah, he's like, I'm fine, whatever. And then, Jade goes
hit harder or something.
Something like that. But Jade goes on to win it with the, that's right, I forget. Niven spears Jax through the ringside barricade. And then Niven delivers the Piper bomb. And Cargill plants Niven with the Jade to pick up the victory. And Wade Barrett says something along the lines of, Jade needs to thank me for softening the blow. Yeah. I'm going to take some credit for that victory. Which, you know what? Fair fucks. Honestly, fair fucks. Because he got blasted. I know he said he was fine.
What is it, Joe Tessitore? He's like, why didn't you at least tell me to get out of the way?
Yeah, it's I saw you get out of the way. You should have come save me.
Hey.
Everybody for yourself, man.
Yeah, at that point.
You see women flying?
It's every man for himself. No.
You know?
Yep. Then we get Tiffany, or Naomi comes out to the ring. She says, yeah, I see some of y'all looking really surprised, really shocked, really stupid. I don't know why, because I told y'all I was done accepting scraps. I took what I deserve, and look at me now, Miss Money in the Bank. And you know what's funny? The entire time when I was trying to beat Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship, you know who was there with the briefcase to stop me? You know who distracted me? Who bashed me in the head? Tiffany Stratton. You see, too nice Naomi just let it happen. But the Naomi now ain't letting nothing slide. I'm here for payback. And when I clock Tiffany in the head with my briefcase, it's going to feel so good when I hold that title as the new WWE Women's Champion.
And then Tiffy walks down to the ring. And Tiffy Stratton is like, you talk a big game, Naomi. So why don't you just do it? Why don't you just cash in and take my title right now? See, you say you changed and you're different now, but you're really just the same old Naomi. All talk and no action. And that's why you never beat Nia Jax, but please, prove us all wrong.
Do I look stupid to you? Do I look like Boo Boo the Fool? I ain't gonna cash in on you now. I'm gonna cash in when you least expect it. Bitch, you heard me, but in the meantime...
Well, hold on. That is because the crowd starts chanting, what? And she's like, bitch, you heard me. So she's talking to the crowd with that one, not Tiffany. I just want to make that clear.
But in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy making your life hell. Tick-tock, Tiffy. Your time is almost up. So, I strongly advise you to proceed with caution.
And before I get into what happened after that, everyone's like, she's been talking to Cross.
Yeah.
With the TikTok. I don't know if that's the thing, but
it's
her using the TikTok was kind of called the Cross.
Yeah.
So that's his thing? TikTok?
Yeah. But then fucking Nia Jax comes out of nowhere
and attacks Tiffy.
Yeah, and she and here's the thing that pissed me the fuck off.
And Naomi runs into the ring like she's gonna cash it.
But before we get to
Okay.
that, here's the thing that pisses me off. We have seen Tiffany Stratton beat Nia Jax
Fair.
in a one-on-one match, no bullshit. This is a beat the fuck out of Nia Jax. You're telling me she comes in here and she just flattens Tiffany like that?
Here's the thing.
Especially considering Tiffy came out here looking for a fight.
Mm-hmm.
But Nia's also attacked her from behind, too. So I think giving that advantage made Nia... I understand. But here's the thing. This is the part I found interesting. Because Tiffy is out. She is laying in that ring.
Yeah,
and,
after Nia hits her with the Annihilator.
Naomi comes running in, slapping the briefcase like she's gonna cash in. And Nia just glares.
Nia's like, no. And then she just backs the fuck off like a whooped dog. Like, what? Bitch, what are you talking about? You have the briefcase. Smack her bitch ass over the head with it. Smack Tiffy in the fucking head. Cash in. Take the goddamn title. You say, you know what? Tiffy was fucking right. All talk, no action.
And see, this is what I'm not saying I want Naomi to take the title, but that's why I said I wanted Stephanie to win for EO because I want it to be a call to shot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Stephanie is the person where she's like, I'm not gonna hide.
No. Like I said, I think it would have been beautiful, but obviously we didn't get that. But once again, Tiffy was 1,000,000% right. Naomi is the exact same. All talk, no action. Because if this new, aggressive, taking no table scraps Naomi, she would have ran in there. She would have beat the shit out of Nia Jax with the briefcase. Hell, go out, grab a steel chair, sledge. I don't give a fuck. Whoop her ass. Whoop Tiffy's ass. Cash in. Win your damn title. You got the briefcase. Tiffy's already laid the fuck out. Nia Jax just got her ass whooped by Jade and Piper. What are you doing? Anyway, I'm done with it. I'm done with my
Then we get to Nick Aldis again backstage, and this. Let me just say that DIY have got to be. What's the word I'm looking for?
Snakes?
The biggest chickens.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. They're trying to decide who's going to go against the Wyatts.
Yeah. And DIY, they're offering up the Fraxium and the Street Profits like, we should be the newcomers. It's going to be the newcomers. Fraxium.
And Fraxium's like, we got it. We'll go.
And Nick's like, I've taken every single suggestion from every tag team, and I resonate with the fact that the Motor City Machine Guns are the veterans in this tag team division, so it's time for them to set the tone. So they're going to be facing the Wyatt Six tonight, and they set the tone all right. They got their asses whooped.
Yeah, the Wyatts came in.
Now I'm not gonna say it was
It wasn't a beatdown.
No, like they put up a fight, but
it was a damn good fight.
They got their asses whooped.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I think that's going to be the running thing for a long time.
Oh yeah.
I think the Wyatts are going to take the titles.
Yeah.
I think they're going to run through the division. Unfortunately, and I do say unfortunately, they're going to run through Fraxton too. I think that's going to be the kind of set the thing. And I don't agree with that.
I don't either.
But I think that's going to be the thing. They're going to run through the division like every week. They're going to, like next week it might be Fraxium, or I think DIY is going to be the last one before the Profits.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because I forget, they only have 4 fucking tag teams.
Yeah.
I mean, no, they have... Isn't Las Garza? Technically?
I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
Because Andrade's...
Yeah, but they're not actually, like...
Well, they're doing a lot in Mexico right now.
That's true, too.
Like they are actually wrestling, or one of them. I think they're wrestling in Triple Mania or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we do not get that, unfortunately, and I'm really kind of upset about that because they advertise it that it's coming, but we're not getting it.
Yeah, like I don't think we even can watch it.
No,
like it's a Mexico. My brain kept trying to say Mexico and Mexican, and it just melded into whatever the fuck that was. But you can only watch it in Mexico, unless we have a VPN, which we.
Again, I'm not going to understand what they're saying.
That's true too, actually. So
I mean, we could watch it, but we don't have a VPN anyway, so it doesn't matter.
yeah, because we'd have to hook it up through our Wi-Fi router, and it's a whole thing. If we had a computer out here, it'd be easy. But
that's why I said I want to get a computer, maybe, so we can just run the streams off that.
Yeah.
But then that's a whole issue.
Yeah.
So we could technically go to rent to own or whatever for that, as long as we're streaming. We're not trying to play like heavy games on it, whatever.
Yeah.
We just want to use it for streaming. But
honestly, if you're just trying to do that, I would not do rent to own.
I'm saying,
yeah. Anyway, the Wyatts win. There's no the Wyatts win. Like I said, it was not a slaughter. It was not them running through the machine guns. Like they had to fight for it, but they whooped their ass.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck? Anyway,
this was actually kind of fun. John Cena's walking around and he asked Jimmy Uso, have you seen R-Truth? And Jimmy's like, nope, haven't seen him.
And he's like, have you seen Ron Killings?
Anywhere. And Jimmy's like, haven't seen him either. Either one of them. And Cena's like, Jimmy, do me a favor. Tell Ron Killings that I'm heading to the ring right now to meet me out there.
Yeah.
And then we get the second John Cena.
Then he comes out there, he's like, shut up. There's a level of disrespect that I can tolerate. R-Truth, you just crossed some lines. For once, I agree with you. There's a time for talking, a time to fight. Get out here. Let's fight right now.
And then CM Punk won. And this, oh my God, this was absolutely beautiful. I know but
I'm just so tired of the fucking...
Punk is, and here's the thing. Punk is truth.
Sure, but I want a fucking match. I'm so tired of just repeat.
But CM Punk is like, it's great to be alive on Friday night in Lexington, Kentucky, or what? Did I hear you say something about disrespect? You're tired of being disrespected? John, these people are tired of being disrespected. But now, CM Punk has a microphone. And I think you can trust when I say we have had yet to begin to reach the levels of disrespect that we're capable of. But for old time's sake, I'm going to give you a chance. Give you the benefit of the doubt. Now, maybe, my empathy is too much. Maybe I'm a little bit too Obi-Wan Kenobi talking to Darth Vader, looking for Anakin Skywalker in there somewhere. I know he's in there. So I'm going to give you the chance in front of this legendary wrestling town. Stop what you're doing. Let these people celebrate who and what you are. Let them put you on a pedestal on your way out. Let them celebrate the sacrifices you made for them and this business. Give them a happy ending.
Exactly.
Why? No. Why would I waste my time? These people don't matter. This place doesn't matter. Basketball doesn't matter. Horse racing doesn't matter. This is the only thing that matters. So, I'm going to eat crow to the same idiots that are wearing this t-shirt and singing your song? Not a chance.
All right. Well, let for the record state that CM Punk and Lexington, Kentucky gave you an out. All right? But now, please, we'll do it your way. Let the disrespect begin. Ironically enough, your way is the CM Punk way. When the static hits, Cult of Personality plays, do sold out arenas, man, everybody knows that it's going to get real. And ladies and gentlemen, on TV land, watching on the USA Network, it's all about to get real. Here's the truth. You want so badly. There's an old saying. You tell a strong man a lie, you offend him. That's why you're pissed me off. That's why you pissed me off. When you all people call me a hypocrite, conservatively, you tell a weak man the truth, and that offends him. And here's the truth, John. You can't beat me. When I'm at my best, you never could. And now you said you're going to ruin wrestling? I'm taking that upon myself to save it. Bear with me, folks. As always, I got a lot I want to get off my chest. Excuse me. What's the other thing you said about me? Call me a sociopathic? Confidence? Yeah. I take that as a complaint. Yeah, I take that as a complaint because...
Compliment?
Compliment. Fine. Compliment. Because it's unwavering confidence in me and my ability that has brought me to the mountaintop. Time and time again, when people like you say they don't see it, when people like you said, I don't have it, but I know I'm not confident of a man as you are, because I won't walk out here in a sold-out arena looking at a toddler who just struck out at T-ball. Did you actually like that one? Because I personally would like that one stricken from the record. Because you know who I sound like? Well, I sound like PG John Cena, which is ironic. Because you know who you sound like? And I'm going to ruin wrestling. I'm going to take this strap, man, and you sound like CM Punk. And that's ironic. You're stealing my best material, John. I won the title. I left with the title. You're following my footsteps. I did it. I said I was going to do it, and I did it. And now, and you know what? You can't stop me. You think challenging me at Night of Champions is going to stop me? Johnny boy, just like old times, here's CM Punk to make your title run interesting. Here's CM Punk to make John Cena's retirement more possible, watchable. Get the rocket fuel and fuel up the private jet that you fly around in. I will follow you to Mars to kick your ass. I will follow you to hell to prove that I'm better than you. Here's some truth, ladies and gentlemen. Here's some truth for you. John, it's not all bad. You are a GOAT, but so am I. And I've beaten you in my hometown. And I've beaten you in your hometown. And I will beat you at Night of Champions. You are the GOAT. And I will spit roast you and sacrifice you to the gods of wrestling. Legends who actually belong on Mount Rushmore, guys like Terry Funk, Harley Race, Bret Hart, Eddie Guerrero. They adequately to put your the audacity that I knew what it was. The audacity to put yourself on Mount Rushmore once, let alone 4 times. You're a joke. Here's some more truth for you, John. You can't see me. I see through you, and I always have, and that's the truth. And he gets out of the ring.
And then, once again, Ron Killings jumps this man like he owes him lunch money.
And here was the beautiful thing. He had his STS. Mm-hmm. And Punk walks back up to the ring, and he's like, I'm sorry, but the truth hurts.
And then security comes in, they break it up.
And it was just absolutely beautiful, because he's like right on the apron, and he's like,
I'm sorry, but the truth hurts.
as he's like tapping out to his own move. It was freaking great.
Oh. Then we have Byron Saxon with a backstage interview with
With Miss Bliss.
Yeah, Miss Bliss. I was like, what's your mindset going into the future? She's here to remind the WWE Universe who Miss Bliss is. She's going to become the Queen of the Ring. And then Charlotte joins the conversation, and she says that there's only room for one queen in this division. Woo!
Guess what? There's not.
No.
Because you ain't going to be queen this time around either.
Nope. Sorry.
And
this entire match...
Then we get the official announcement when we come back from a commercial break that John Cena and...
versus Ron Killings next week on Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah.
So, we get to our fourth match of the night, which... Is there a main event? Or is there... No, there's
no, we got one more. We got 5.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. That's what I'm getting to. In 3 hours, we had 5 matches. In 1 hour, we had 3 matches. Which we usually get 4.
Yeah. But, we have Charlotte Flair versus Miss Bliss, Alba Fire, and Candice LeRae. And was it just me, or was this entire match just a pissing contest between Charlotte and Miss Bliss?
It was. It really was. And the thing is, Alba Fire, I don't think Alba Fire ever stood a chance.
I disagree. I would have fucking loved it.
But here's the... Okay, yeah, I agree. It would have been great for the story. But, in the same sense, I actually thought that would be great. And here's why I thought that would be great. Because could you imagine, just imagine this, that's how Chelsea gets in.
God, no. Absolutely not. You know what I think would be even funnier? Alba Fire and Piper Nivens meet in the finals. I know it's not going to happen. Both of them lost. But imagine that. Piper Nivens was in. Alba replaced Green because she had flight problems or whatever the fuck.
I think that was real. I'm not sure if that was storyline or not, but from what I've seen, there was an issue with her.
And they just had to make some shit up?
Yeah.
That's fair. But...
like I said, I'm not sure if it was how much of it was storyline and how much of it wasn't.
But I just want you to imagine how beautiful that would have been. Imagine they both managed to make their way through their Fatal 4-Ways, their singles division. They end up in the finals. Piper Nivens versus Alba Fire.
Yeah.
And Chelsea is just on the fucking sideline having a conniption fit. And then whoever wins out of that, she comes up and like, thanks, I'm going to be taking that crown. I'm going to be taking your spot at SummerSlam. And they're like, bitch, what are you talking about? Exactly. It's not going to happen.
But anyway, Bliss won, because we're not saying the first one.
Because we have one right here, yeah. But, like I said, I feel bad for Alba Fire and Candice LeRae. Because, like I said, this was really just a pissing contest between these two. To show off.
But like we said, Charlotte did not win.
No, because Charlotte gets Alba Fire in the sharpshooter, and Alexa hits Candice LeRae with the Abigail DDT, and like half a second before Alba taps out, Alexa gets the 3 count, so she picks up the victory.
Got lucky.
What?
Twice.
I didn't say the first name.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Twice.
Well, I guess she's deaf. I don't fucking know.
You got lucky. I think you said it quick enough. She didn't. But anyway, we get the next week on SmackDown. We have the semifinal round, which we actually do have a thing on it, just to kind of give a rundown of how everything's going and what it is so far. But, so we can get into that a little bit later.
And then we get our 5th match of the night, which just...
This was bad. And it's not that it was a bad match. I mean, again, it wasn't the greatest match of the night. I don't even know what the best match of the night was.
I don't think any of them were that great, honestly. They weren't bad. Don't get me wrong when I say they were not bad matches.
They just weren't
the best.
They
They weren't standouts.
They were palatable.
Yeah.
Like they got the job done.
And like I said, I think between CM Punk and Jacob, I think was the best two of the night, and I think Jacob might have beat Punk, but Punk was at least more palatable than John's.
But yeah,
but this was the funny part when this happened, and I even said it. But as soon as the match started, the bell rings. Nakamura's out.
You mean Carmelo?
No.
Oh wait, no,
Nakamura.
Nakamura dipped.
Oh, that's right. It's a perfectly valid strategy.
He was out.
You might hate it. You might think
I don't hate it. But here's the thing. I just found it humorous because, like, the bell rings and he lays down and rolls out of the ring, and you're just like,
hey, it works. Well, it didn't tonight, but you know what? It does. You can, in fact, do that.
yeah.
There is no reason to go in there and put your body on the line first, 2 seconds after the bell rings. Let the other three dumbasses in the ring beat the hell out of each other. You come in the last second, hit your finisher, win the match.
But you know what? Here's the thing. Like, I know we're going to get to who won, but I genuinely wanted Andrade to win this.
Mm-hmm. That would have been great.
But, of course, we get...
Honestly, I would have liked to see Shinsuke win this. I'm not even the greatest Shinsuke fan. I just want to see him do something.
I agree, but I
agree. I think Andrade would have been a better pick, but no, he didn't win. Cody did.
Of course.
Because he's the fucking promised child, I guess. He's the new wrestling Jesus. We talk about how Joe Hendry's wrestling. This is WWE's wrestling Jesus. Joe Hendry is TN. I don't fucking know. Look, I like Cody. He's a great wrestler. He's a great champion. I'm so unbelievably tired with it. I want you to think about something for me. Before we went to Netflix, how often did we get like continuous repeat matches, repeat storylines, repeat rivalries?
Well, here's the thing. I think that the road to Mania really was this. It was bad this year.
And it's not been that much better after.
No. It's been better, but it hasn't been... They're back to the same shit.
I'm so tired. And the sad thing is, it's not going to change because they're making more money than they ever have before. Because they're getting new viewers, they're getting new fans, yada 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 yada. So I don't think it's going to change. But it's just getting so fucking old.
I agree.
I want to see something new, please. But it is what it is. Let's move on to Discord. Because that's the end. Nothing happens after that, I don't think, right?
No.
It just ends with Cody fucking winning. So we'll get through this and then we'll be done for the day. Jade Cargill is set to make her acting debut starring opposite Jonathan Majors in action thriller True Threat. The film follows Special Forces operatives Vernon Threat, who returns home seeking justice after his teenage son is murdered by Harlem's Apollo Kids gang. So we wanted to go see that, even if it is just because, she's in it. Also, how the fuck is she going to be starring in the movie? Or not? Is she starring? No, just debuting. But still, how is she...
She has a major... Supposedly it's a pretty big role.
So how the fuck is she going to be doing that if she's... I assume that means she's probably not going to win next week. Because, if she does, good for her. But I don't know how you're going to manage all that. But I don't know. probably better time.
And I hope this is not true.
I really do too. People are saying that Vince McMahon is going to team up with Saudi Arabia to buy back WWE. Also, I just don't see that happening.
I don't either because he's too fucking old.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying, like, I don't think TKO is going to sell it.
Especially him.
No.
No.
Like, here's the
Let's
thing.
hope to God.
I know that I know that Saudi Arabia probably has a fuck ton of money, but at the same time, TKO is making a fuck ton of money off of WWE. So I mean,
Well, and if he does, I'll go back to watching.
this we're not going to show all this, but this is just a compilation of Eddie Guerrero cheating, and there's never going to be another one. So. Chelsea Green says her feud with Michan went a little too long and the fans are done with her and Zelina Vega's feud. I don't want to push it. I don't want them to get bored of that championship. You mean like we already have?
Exactly.
And I mean, like I said, I mean no disrespect with that, but who thought? Who? There's 4 of them, okay? I'm not even talking like the writers, the producers outside. The 4 of them were like, you know what? Yeah, Zelina needs to have like 10 matches against the 3 of us over the course of the next like couple months, because that makes fucking sense.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't
it makes 0 sense. 0 fuck.
And this is just a BFAB cutting a promo on her being left out of the Queen of the Ring tournament, saying, this is your opportunity to go out and show what you can do. I don't get that opportunity, but that's just making the fire burn brighter, higher, so it can reach the ceiling. I don't need anybody to hand anything out to me. I'm going to take it.
Exactly.
That's basically what she says. Chelsea Green says, I want to do every single thing for this company that I can possibly do because I waited so long to get here.
And she really has. Like I said, Chelsea was let go.
Yeah.
Because they didn't really have a spot for her. Her character was not that great. So she kind of went and reworked herself, came back, and this was the Chelsea Green we got. And
Yep.
I'm sorry. I mean, you love her or hate her, and I've said this before.
She's still got a good.
She's great.
She might not be the most fantastic wrestler, but I'm engaged into her character.
Yeah. The shenanigans.
The train wreck that she is absolutely gorgeous.
Agreed. Bianca Belair is hopefully to return in reaction by SummerSlam this August, if not before. Now that Jacob Fatu is officially a babyface, he's about to skyrocket. He was already getting huge reactions as heel, and now he's about to hit another level. With Hikula rumored to finally debut alongside Solo and Jason Hikuleo. Okay. Rumored to finally debut alongside Solo and JC. It's going to be interesting to see which 2 I assume he's going to be teaming up with 2 other people to take them on. Ooh. I hope to God it's not the Usos. And I don't mean that because I don't like the Usos, but I'm so...
Well, don't worry. We'll get to that here in a minute anyway. I think it might even be Raw.
Apparently Trish Stratus is filming a movie, Karate Ghost.
Yeah.
An action comedy. Interesting.
This I just thought was funny. It is literally Ron Killing, R-Truth, singing his whole entire thing, which he does.
Yeah, he just does that. Yeah.
He does it that is like his own singing on the theme song that he has.
Yeah, like he made his own theme song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this is him actually singing it as Ron Killings and not R-Truth.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they're going to change like the tone of it. But he says he doesn't. He said it doesn't need to be changed. It's not broke. He don't want to change.
Yeah. It's people know it, so it's fair.
And here you go. You already ducked your head at this one when you saw that I posted it.
I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm. Who in the right fucking mind said, oh yes, let's put the 58-year-old retired wrestler against the arguably most dominant, unstoppable champion of the current age of WWE? Who?
And you know what the sad thing is? What is really, really bad? And I am willing to bet, and trust me, I don't want it to happen. But Gunther's gonna win, or not Gunther, but Goldberg's gonna win that.
Look, if he does, I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm actually so unbelievably done with WWE's bullshit. It's not even funny.
Because here's the thing.
I will go to just watching NXT. I don't care. That is unacceptable.
It's gonna happen. I'm just telling you, it's gonna happen. I've watched this story unfold 1,000
multiple times.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
And if anyone, like I've said 100 times before, I know no one in WWE is ever going to watch this, care about this. This is the stupidest fucking thing. Nobody wants to see this. Not a goddamn soul. I'm a broke bitch. I will put everything I have on that. Nobody wants to see this. He is 58 years old. If he gets in a ring with Gunther, he should be torn limb from. He shouldn't even put up as much as a fight as Pat McAfee did. Anyway, moving on. How do you say his name?
Hikuleo.
Hikuleo has debuted in WWE.
He'll be next week's main event. I don't think it's the one that...
Oh, like the main event. Oh, why the fuck do they call it the main event when it's the show before Raw? Anyway.
But anyway, he debuted on that, and I do have the matches on here later, which...
Oh. Read.
Trish Stratus will be on SmackDown next week.
Oh. I don't know what that was.
I'm assuming that is because of Evolution.
Yeah, probably.
Heading into Evolution, they're going to have at least her show up and do something.
Yeah.
Whether it's a match or whatever.
I'm sorry for this.
I wish I could bash my skull harder, but I don't want to stop the camera from working again. Why?
And again, I'm going to tell you this. And unfortunately,
he's going to win it.
Yeah.
Why? You know what the sad thing is? I'm going to call it right now. Actually, wait. No, because Sami Zayn goes against Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Which means that it's going to be Cody and him in the semifinals, not the finals, right?
Yeah.
So I already know how it's going to... Actually, I can honestly see that going either way. It'll either be Randy versus Cody or Sami versus Jay. But I'm willing to bet it's Randy versus Cody.
Unfortunately.
Either way, it's just why. Actually, either way we go, we're fucked because it's a repeat match.
Yeah. Exactly. And here they bitch about fucking Cena doing the same shit.
Alright, I'm done being dramatic. Please. Honestly, I know he's injured. He's not going to be back for a while. Have him come back. Fucking Claymore, everybody. Claymore all their heads off. I don't give a fuck. Say fuck you. Fuck the King of the Ring. I'm taking the crown. I'm going and I'm beating John Cena's ass. I'm so tired of repeats, man. I'm so tired of it. I would rather have this. I've never seen him go against John Cena. I know he probably has. At least once.
Not fair.
No, sure.
I genuinely have to look that up.
Yeah.
What are they smoking?
God only knows.
Probably weed. It's legal in WWE now, right? They're probably just... Oh yeah, that shit at WrestleMania, that was great. We need to have a repeat of that. No! No, we don't! Nobody wants to see it for the 15th million fucking time! God! Anyway.
Tell us how you really feel, Ferrari.
This one is great.
Go ahead and pull it all up, because I think there's more to it.
Oh, is there? Okay.
No, maybe not.
No, I don't think so.
And maybe it is just the two.
9 of Cena's 17 reigns are under 50 days. 9 of Orton's 14 reigns are under 50 days. Please calm down, big fellas.
Great.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because it's so accurate. Like, you know, you might have won the world title 17 times. Guess what? That means you lost it 16 times.
Exactly.
There's even talk, and I don't want to.
Are you talking about the 18 times?
Yes.
Yeah.
That they're going to give him 18.
WWE LFG Season 2, it's about to get spicy, and we actually have a little bit more going on. WWE contract negotiations are handled largely by Nick Khan, Paul Levesque, and Chris Legento. Although when it comes to decisions on who is to be let go or called up, that would be Levesque's call. So, yeah, he's the CEO, so. WWE has been considering holding the WWE draft post SummerSlam, most likely tying into the season premiere episode of Raw and SmackDown in September. Why is that the season premiere? I assume they probably started in September. Like, I don't fucking know. Anyway. Chelsea Green said she would be down for a hair versus hair match against... What does that mean?
My hair for your hair? Shave your head? They've had some of those.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Could you imagine, Chelsea? Oh my God, please, make this match. This could be the main event of WrestleMania. I'd watch this. This would be spectacular. Please give us this. Give me this over Jay versus Gunther again. Give me this over Randy or Cody versus Cena again. I'd rather see this 100 times. Imagine Chelsea's reaction. It'd be fucking brilliant.
Oh, could you imagine if Chelsea lost?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She'd be gone.
Yeah, she'd be running up they'd have security guards coming out there fucking strapping her down like a fucking the executioner's chair. No! Nicholas! As fucking Nikki's taking the buzzer.
Yep.
It would be,
I could see it happening. Yeah.
It would be beautiful.
And how it needs to end, it's not even like fully shaven. There's still like patches.
It usually is, but they usually wind up.
Yeah, like afterwards, yeah, but
Yeah.
Please, give us this. This would be beautiful.
Exactly.
Anyway.
And these are just the clips of
John Cena getting his shit rocked. Commentator, I don't know if I fully agree with that, but he has been doing very well lately.
I agree. I still think Corey, in my opinion, is the GOAT when it comes to the color commentators.
Yep.
Or at least currently. I don't mean...
Of all time. Kurt Angle says, "My kids are my life. I'm so proud of every one of them. This is Juliana, who is such a beautiful girl in every way. She's an exceptional swimmer and an amazing human being. My Father's Day wish is that I can be as exceptional of a father as Juliana is as a daughter. I love you."
And I just thought this was great for Father's Day.
Yeah.
And posting a little video, or not video, but picture of his daughter and him. And this is the backstage thing.
Oh yeah, we didn't watch this. Is there volume to this?
There is, but you really can't hear anything.
Yeah, it's just him fucking trying to act all thug and shit. Troy Yearwood has been renamed Jamar Hampton. He scored his first win in Evolve debut against Gal Barke, also known as Itzgal. Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn. I don't think this is, as far as I know, they've never gone one-on-one. Which I could be wrong. But I feel like this is going to be a great match.
Mm-hmm.
Until somebody fucking gets involved.
Which I'm sure will happen.
Yep. I see it happening.
Why? Please, God, why? Anyway.
Because they're assholes and they want to interfere in every fucking thing.
Yeah, they're scheduled for next week.
Here's the men's rundown.
Yeah, so like I said, we have Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton. We have Cody Rhodes versus who I'm assuming is going to be Jey Uso. So
Pretty
tired of it.
sure.
Disco and
I don't know what this didn't happen. There's a disco ball above the ring, but they never even brought it up. So I don't know what that was. Disco Inferno always had a disco ball.
Elijah Holyfield says it's almost that time. So I'm wondering if he's going on season 2 of LFG or if he's going to Evolve.
Supposedly.
Oh. I feel like they'd stick him in Evolve. I feel like he would do great in Evolve.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Weird that he's going to season 2 of LFG, but
This wasn't the exact scene, but this was.
Sorry, Lexington can't make it. Sure, that's what we're gonna go with. Why? Why? What's even the point?
Here's the point. I'm going to tell you why I think 18 is going to happen. Because I want you to think of what he said when he
I'm doing this not so that so I can shake the hand of 18 or whatever.
And I think that's going to be a whole thing of like maybe not his final match.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go and shake my own fucking hand.
Yeah, be like type thing and be like, that's because no one will beat me. I will still walk out as your champion. I think even like Cody's gonna beat him, and they're gonna have a rivalry probably up till like SummerSlam, whatever, and then he's gonna get the title. Or they're at SummerSlam is when they have their event, and then I think maybe a couple weeks later on like the next pay per view, John Cena will win it back, and then I want R-Truth, Ron Killing, to take the belt. I want him to be the champion when John Cena leaves, but that's my storyline.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm so tired of it. I'm so done. Catch me in action tonight in Lakeland.
And I posted this because this was like an event that she was at.
Yeah, like a indie thing, I assume.
But here's the thing, and we talked about this. She is damn good.
Oh, absolutely.
Damn good.
She's a phenomenal wrestler. I agree. She could be the next Stephanie Fakir. He surpasses 50 days as champion. Woo! No, his title reign has been ass. Stephanie should win the Queen of the Ring tournament to challenge Io. Absolutely. And this is Nikki talking about Rhea and how sweet and kind she is.
Yeah, she is one of the sweetest, most kindest people backstage. And I think you've kind of seen that over the course. Like, she really is just having fun.
Yeah.
She's not this hard ass that she portrays. Like, we've seen her smack 2 asses.
Yeah.
You know, hug Bianca after.
And there was the video of her on, was it Mother's Day with her dog? Yeah.
Yep.
Naomi shares what went through her mind before and after winning the Money in the Bank briefcase. Even that day and everything leading up to it, and in my own mind, I knew I earned this moment and I deserved it, but I still wasn't psyching myself up or telling myself until I wrapped my fingers around this handle. In that moment, the funny thing, it took so much to hold back my tears at that moment. I finally let it release when I had the after show with Big E. It was important that I stayed true to who the character Naomi is at that time and moment. That's fair. You know, you gotta stay in character. The 8 women who are planned to be on season 2.
And I cannot find the guys. And I don't know if it's because they haven't released it, and there's still a lot of controversy over this being some of them because, well, we'll go through the list and we'll talk about it.
We have Xena Sterling, who was the runner-up, Bailey Humphrey from season 1.
Sure
my girl. But also, I've said she doesn't need to be in season 2. Just put her on the main roster. She'll walk through. Anyway. We have Serena Lenton, Panema Tulapia? Yeah, P-Nasty. And then new girls are Summer Sorrell, Hayes Jameson? Lainey Reed and Layla Diggs.
And here's the thing. These two are already on NXT.
Yeah, I was gonna say I recognize these names.
So a lot of people are wondering how accurate this really is. We're pretty sure we're getting at least the rest of them. But the other two not being there, I don't know if they're not. They don't know if they're not officially, but they've been wrestling in there. What was it? Leonie Reed, I think. No, Layla Diggs wrestled for the title.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So what the hell?
I think this seems just like who? Because was this just from an anonymous source?
Supposedly it was on their actual site, but I can't find the guys. I don't know.
This seems like what's the word? Fan fiction.
And there's the second time he attacked him.
And this is.
I want to see the match, and that's why I kind of posted it here.
B-Fab defeated Julia in the main event tapings. I would assume it's a roll-up. Like, I doubt they're gonna... And don't get me wrong, I have nothing against B-Fab. She's a phenomenal wrestler. But with the way they're building Julia up, having her lose to B-Fab seems off. I don't know. John Cena versus Ron Killings is set for next week's episode of SmackDown. And he's apparently, he's wrestling on a random SmackDown. So this goes to show you that Ron Killings is important. He jumped John Cena like he owed him money. That's where I got it from. Bianca Belair expected to return in time for SummerSlam. Good for her. R-Truth will continue to be known as R-Truth going forward, despite being referred to by his real name, Ron Killings, on TV. Kind of understand. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. And this was actually kind of funny, and I wish I looked for the guys' photos that way and could not find it, so I'm kind of waiting for Raw and SmackDown
to see if they're accurate. Yeah. But yeah, they really did give us a spoiler right before our eyes. The crown over the winner's head.
And it was all four of them.
Yeah.
Or like two of them.
Yeah. Interesting. And this is, people going crazy for Julia during the main event, because, obviously people are a fan of her. And this is it. Wade Barrett gets taken out and Nia Jax throws up the middle finger. We'll have to watch this, because I did not see this little tidbit. I mean, I obviously saw it when we were watching it, but I didn't see the middle finger.
Yeah, I don't know if they cut. I mean, maybe they didn't, and I just didn't catch it.
Yeah, he gets laid the fuck out. And then she does that just for good measure. Oh, nope, she just does it blatantly. We just missed it.
She just goes. There's that. Now she, sure fucking enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean.
Wow. Hey. So be it. I just don't want Nia Jax becoming Queen of the Ring again.
She's not. She lost, so. JBL weighs on and who should face Cena in his final match. I don't know if it's Cody. God, no. Roman Reigns. God, fuck. No, absolutely fucking not. No. Please.
No.
God. You got one of the biggest stars and ask if you have somebody that's equal to Cena. There aren't but just a handful of people in the world that are equal to Cena. If it's Brock Lesnar, none of these are good options.
No.
These are all ass.
And besides that, I don't see Brock Lesnar coming back.
No, there's a lot of talk he's done.
I mean, if Brock Lesnar comes back, then sure. Because, I mean, he's a good wrestler. I'll give him that. But, I mean, The Rock, it's the same thing with Goldberg. He's like fucking 60.
The Rock needs to just go lay down somewhere.
Please, God. But Raw preview for this Monday. Gunther appears as the World Heavyweight Champion. Nikki Bella appearance. Asuka versus Stephanie Vaquer versus Ivy Niles versus Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Queen of the Ring match. Then we have Sheamus versus Rusev versus Bronson Reed versus Jey Uso.
Our girl comes back.
Read the last line. I absolutely love. Goldberg is planned to appear, so which means that, and I'm sure he's going to appear during the Gunther.
Oh,
thing.
more than fucking likely.
But here's the thing, guys. I said it before. I will say it again. I want Stephanie to win, but if it's not Stephanie, I'd like to see Asuka. I think it probably will be Asuka because it'll be her first match back, but
we will see.
We will see. And here, this is just interesting to me. Look at the size difference between these two.
I know, right?
Jacob and Zelina Vega, the United States champions.
Just look at the size difference. Zelina is short.
Yeah, she's a short shit.
And Jacob's a tall dude. So.
Yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny.
Bully Ray dissects how Ron Killings can go after John Cena in the Undisputed WWE Championship. The only way I logically see Truth getting back to Cena is through King of the Ring. Because if I'm R-Truth, I already got John Cena back. You blasted me with a belt and cost me the championship. I blasted you with the belt. I cost you the victory, and I cost you to lose to Cody Rhodes, the last guy you probably wanted to lose to. So now, how do we get them back on tracks? Serious Ron Killings enters Serious Wrestling Tournament, becomes King of the Ring, gets to Cena.
Well, we know that's not going to happen. But here's the thing.
Unless he jumps somebody.
Yeah.
I'd be down for it.
I see it happening. I really do.
Honestly? Please, have it be Jay.
No, because he's still considered a face.
I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
I don't give two shits. Jump Jey Uso, take his spot in the match, pull out the most miraculous bullshit we've ever seen against those three big sons of bitches, pull it off, go on, beat Cody Rhodes, beat Randy or Sammy or whoever, become King of the Ring, go on to win that title.
Exactly. Yes,
no,
sir.
I'm going to say no. And the only reason I say no, because I don't think he would win it there. I want him to win it the last day.
Yeah.
I want him to win it. I think it's December 13th on Saturday Night Main Event and be done. Like, the last night, John Cena's on TV, his farewell goodbye, and that's where maybe he turns back face. Even for the beginning, it doesn't have to be. And I know they're going to make it the main event. But I think it needs to end early that day. Maybe about 5-10 minutes early. And have John Cena just come out and be like, you know what, guys? I understand I was being a douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
I respect you all. And I think that would be great. And then shake Truth's hand, hold the title up with him. 18 or 19, whatever it is. Shake his hand and we'll have it right.
I don't think we're getting that.
I don't either.
That sounds like a happy fairy tale ending. I don't think that's what we're going to get.
Yeah, I think that's what's in your head, buddy.
And this is
it's a dark match, aka main event match.
Is this like a full? Oh no, it's only
yes, it's a full blown match.
But I'm saying the clip is just.
Oh yeah. I got the full blown match, but this is just him wrestling.
Yeah.
Against Pretty Deadly. I can't remember which one. Kit Wilson, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's so much different when you can't hear like the impact. Like when you're just watching it, it looks so goofy.
Yeah.
Without the impact, the crowd. And this is Julia versus BFAB. I'm not going to play this, but you can come watch it. And then this is apparently him confronting Jacob Fatu backstage on SmackDown. That's
Yeah,
it.
they had a little bit of a thing back, and it wasn't on SmackDown. Well, I don't think we even got it even in the commercial thing. And that's really just weird because it is like a whole 2 minute thing, and it's not just him. They basically just they show a picture of them. Like, I don't know if it was filmed, but it didn't seem filmed. But Solo is just showing him off to Jacob, and they kind of just have the staring contest, they said.
Weird.
So I don't know what that's actually going to be, but was that the last one?
Yes, that is it from us. So, guys, if you've made it this far on the stream, go ahead and get some follow so you can get notified whenever we go live. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, share, excuse me. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. If you want to chat with us, you can join our Discord server. If you want to support us, you can press that red donate button in the About Me section.
Press the button.
Yeah, what he said. But aside from that, we ain't got anything else. I'm Tofari.
I'm CK.
I'm Knight Rider. Good night.
See ya.
See ya.